Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing well. In last video, I narrated the story Who Did Patrick's Homework. Let's revise the story once again, then we will do a poem, A House, a Home. This is the story of a little boy whose name was Patrick. Patrick used to hate doing homework. He loved to play different types of games like hockey, basketball and Nintendo. His teachers were really worried for him. One day he found his cat playing with a little doll, but that was not a little doll, it was the man of the tiniest size. The little elf told Patrick not to give him back to that cat, and if he do so, he will grant him a wish. Patrick was thrilled and he asked the elf to do all his homework till the end of the semester, and the semester was of 35 days. He made the boy work hard day and night for 35 days. Patrick really worked very hard and he got grade A in all subjects. His parents, teachers and friends were amazed. Now Patrick was a model kid. He was fully changed and developed a new attitude. So students, the moral of the story is that hard work is only the key to success. So children, we have come across many new words in this chapter. So first I will tell you the meaning of those new words. Nintendo, a video game. Ignoramus, an ignorant person who lacks education. Breeches, short trousers. Dishcloth, a cloth used for washing dishes. Hamper, a basket with a lid. Grimaced, scowled, pursed his lips. His face had these expressions showing disgust, anger and disapproval. Glitch, here in this story, it means hitch or problem. Shrieked, gave a short, high-pitched cry. Nag, one who troubles someone all the time by complaining or asking them to do something. Drag, an informal word. Something dull and uninteresting. Slyly, secretively. Kid, a child. Chores, work that must be done every day, often boring. Okay children, this is the crossword puzzle. Let's solve the puzzle. For this, hints are given here. Can you see? Across like this, hints are given here from 1 to 5 and down. 6, 7 and 8. So first we will read the clues, then we will solve. See number 1. Very tired. So where is number 1 here? Yeah, it's here. So what will be the word for very tired? Starting from W, it will be weary. W E A R Y. Weary. Weary means tired. Now comes number 2. Had an angry look on the face. So this is an expression. See number 2 from S. Scowled. S-C-O-W-L-E-D. Scowled. Number 3. Short trousers. Where is number 3? Yeah, it's here. Do you remember children the word? Okay. So the word is breeches. B-R-E-E-C-H-E-S. Breeches. Breeches means short trousers. Number 4. A fault in a machine that prevents it from working properly. Number 4. Yeah, it's here. Number 4. So the word will be glitch. G-L-I-T-C-H. Glitch means problem. Number 5. A small and naughty boy fairy. Number 5. Children, it starts from letter E. You remember? The word which we used for that tiniest man. A small and naughty boy fairy. What we call or what we say? It's elf. E L F. F. So we have completed number 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now comes number 6. Work that must be done every day, often boring. Number 6. Yeah, it's here. So this is called chores. CHORES. Number 7. A basket with a lid. Where's number 7? Yeah, it's here, number 7. The first letter is starting from H. So what will be the word? Hamper. 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 Now last, number 8. Gave a short, high-pitched cry. Number 8. Here is number 8. So what is the word? Shrieked. 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 Now children, see this crossword puzzle properly. See how we have solved. You can see the word number 1, weary. For number 2, scowled. For number 3, breeches. For number 4, glitch. For number 5, elf. And for number 6, scout. Sorry. For number 6 it is. For number 6, chores. And for number 7, hamper. And for number 8, shrieked. Now children, these are the questions related to this chapter. What did Patrick think his cat was playing with? What was it really? Patrick thought that his cat was playing with a little dog. But children, it was not really a dog. It was a man of the tiniest size. Why did the little man grant Patrick a wish? The little man granted Patrick a wish because he wanted to get his life saved from the cat. What was Patrick's wish? Patrick wanted the little man to do all his homework till the end of the semester, which was for 35 days. In what subjects did the little man need help to do Patrick's homework? The little man needed Patrick's help in English, maths and human history. How did Patrick help him? Patrick helped him by consulting a dictionary in English, guiding the little man in doing sums in maths and read out portions from history book, as well as bringing more books from library. Who do you think did Patrick's homework? The little man or Patrick himself? Give reasons for your answer. It was not the little man, but Patrick himself did his homework, as the little man did not know anything. To help him, Patrick had to consult a dictionary, guide him with maths and help him to read too. He stayed up at nights and worked hard and therefore got good grades. I hope children now the chapter is clear to you all. Now children, I will explain you a poem, A House, a Home. written by Lauren M. Haley. Lauren M. Haley was an American poet. She was born on 8 December 1921 in St. Peter, Minnesota, USA. Her writing style is simple yet thought-provoking. In this poem, she aims to make a clear distinction between a house and a home. Let's read the poem. A house, a home. What is a house? It's brick and stone and wood that's hard. Some window glass and perhaps a yard. It's eaves and chimneys and tile floors and stucco and roof and lots of doors. What is a home? It's loving and family and doing for others. It's brothers and sisters and fathers and mothers. It's unselfish acts and kindly sharing and showing your loved ones you are always caring. By Lauren M. Haley. Let's read the first stanza again. A house, a home. What is a house? It's brick and stone and wood that's hard, some window glass and perhaps a yard. It's eaves and chimneys and tile floors and stucco and roof and lots of doors. In the first stanza, the poet is explaining about the materials used to make a house. So let us see what are the things which are required to make a house. So children, house is made up of brick, stone, wood that is hard, and it has some windows, glass and perhaps a yard. The meaning of yard is the grassy area right outside a house. A yard is often surrounded by a fence. It's eaves and chimneys. The meaning of eaves? The part of a roof that meets or overhangs the walls of a building. And tile floors. And stucco and roof. Stucco is a type of a fine plaster which is used for walls. And lots of doors. Now children, let's read the second stanza again. What is a home? It's loving and family and doing for others. It's brothers and sisters and fathers and mothers. It's unselfish acts and kindly sharing and showing your loved ones you are always caring. So, in the second stanza, the poet is explaining that a home is a place where a family dwells. It consists of living family members like father, mother, brothers and sisters. In a home, there is a lot of love and mutual understanding among all the members of the family who love, share and care for each other. Let's recall what we have studied. A house is made of bricks, wood, stones, cement, etc. It has window glass, a yard, roof, chimney, floor and door with fine paints. A home is made by caring and loving members like brothers, sisters, fathers and mothers. It has loving and caring people. I hope children all these points are clear. In detail I have explained the poem. Now let's summarize the poem. The poem A House, a Home is written by Lauren M. Haley. In this poem, the poet is describing about the difference between a house and a home. According to the poet, a house is made up of non-living things like bricks, stone, wood, glass, cement, etc. There is no emotions, feelings and mutual understanding. It is only a construction or simply a building. Whereas a home is a beautiful family which is consisting of living beings like fathers, mother, brothers and sisters, and of course our grandparents also. We can see lots of love and mutual understanding here. In home, all family members, they care for each other, they share their things with each other. So students, I have completed lesson 1. I hope you all have understood the lesson. This much for today's class. Thank you and have a nice day.